Well, I look a mess, but here we are. um, 2020 election. What a wild ride that was last night. Let me just tell you. Uh, I stayed up till about 3 a.m., woke up at about 8 a.m., still not knowing what happened. I want to go ahead and give you what I believe and what I think could happen. Um, it's the crazy part about this is that the the commentary, the talking points, it hasn't gotten ridiculous yet. From what I've seen, I've been flipping back and forth between the three big networks, and it just looks like it hasn't been that crazy. Um, Here's what we got. Let me go ahead and pull up my map I've been messing around with. Here's what we got, in my opinion. We still have the battleground states. Okay, that's Nevada, that's Arizona, that's Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and then Maine. Does Biden have a way to win? Of course. Does Trump have a way to win? Of course. As it looks right now, Donald Trump might win Georgia, might win Virginia, not Virginia, North Carolina. Okay. Donald Trump wins Georgia. Donald Trump wins North Carolina. He's at 246 electoral votes. That gives him a good chance of winning the election. The states that I have marked off for Biden, that gives Biden 222 votes. So the states left in play are now Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Those are all states except for Pennsylvania at the moment where Biden has a lead. But that doesn't mean anything. Is it good that Biden has a lead right now? Yes. Will it continue to grow? We would have to look county by county to see what's come in, what hasn't come in, right? I mean, Michigan just moved up a little bit to 92% of all precincts reporting. Wisconsin's at 97. I feel like Arizona could be called at any second. Nevada, apparently, we won't hear until tomorrow. I feel like if states were going to get called today, it would be Wisconsin and Arizona. You could maybe see North Carolina and Georgia also be called. We won't hear anything on Nevada until tomorrow, and we won't hear anything about Pennsylvania probably until next week on Monday at the latest. Maybe early Friday night, maybe Friday day. It could get hairy. The Biden path to victory, I mean, there's almost any kind of calculation that I do. Okay, let's say, let's go ahead and give Trump Pennsylvania. Okay, with all the other states that so the map that I have right now is every state that I have for Biden going to Biden, except for Arizona and Nevada. Okay, every state that's been confirmed for Biden is still confirmed for Biden. We still have the battleground states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona. It looks right now that Trump would have 266 electoral votes. Biden would have 222. He would have to, if he loses Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, he would have to win every state. Georgia's about to come out and talk. Georgia's Secretary of State's about to come out and talk. But let's go ahead and continue this, right? I hate giving these kinds of things, but based on what it was like last night, and based on past polling data, based on past elections, Nevada, I think, is going blue. Nevada, I think, is going to go blue. Arizona, I believe, is going to go blue. If those two states go blue, Biden has a very good chance of winning this election. We then also have to keep in mind that Um, Maine is not. Biden is leading statewide. Trump is leading one congressional district, and Biden is leading the other. So Biden would get 3 electoral votes, and Trump would get 1. If Maine goes to Biden, this is what the map looks like right now. You have Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois, then basically the entire Northeast, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, D.C., Delaware, and Virginia, all going for Biden, and that would get him at 241. Every other state except for Wisconsin and Michigan goes to Trump. So that's Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. Utah, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, West Virginia, Kansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, North Carolina, and Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Like, my first prediction, election night, my overall prediction for how the next 4 years is going to go is I'll save till the end. But going into election day, this was my thought. It's all going to come down to Pennsylvania. It looks like that may be the case, but Wisconsin and Michigan are still in effect. And I didn't realize how much of importance those 2 states were going to have. My prediction overall for this was that it doesn't necessarily matter what state, right? They pushed Amy Coney Barrett through to get onto the Supreme Court. They laid the groundwork for a form of voter intimidation by questioning the validity of mail-in ballots, by not properly funding the groundwork for the USPS to properly and efficiently and effectively get these ballots in and counted as soon as possible. There's a couple people that I know that are like, they found all these things in Michigan and it gave Biden the lead. They didn't find anything. There was nothing found. Everything just needs to be counted. And it's taking longer, right? I think a majority of these states are still waiting on mail-in ballots, which means that the USPS did not have the proper funds, at least in my opinion, to get these mail-in ballots to their right precincts on election night because of humans not being able to work forever, plus just the amount of time in a day. So if you wanted to fund the USPS to make sure that we got these ballots in, you should have done it, but they didn't. To lay the groundwork for people to question whether or not this is okay. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Whether or not this is normal. I can't think of the specific word I want to use, but to cause controversy on mail-in ballots. This is getting my prediction, and I know a lot of other people's predictions are that at some point something is going to go to the Supreme Court. They didn't fill that seat for nothing. They haven't laid all this groundwork on mail-in ballots in the USPS and for no reason. Something's going to go to the Supreme Court. Trump last night, his speech, he said, frankly, I think we've already won. people voted, they stayed up, and then they're going to go to sleep, and there's going to be a different person winning. That's just not. Frankly, we've already won. Okay, that is not good. He already didn't. He already say he's already lawyered up day one. Like, this is going to go to the Supreme Court, whether it be in Pennsylvania, whether it be in Michigan. It's going to go to the Supreme Court, and the question now becomes, does the 6-3 super conservative majority on the Supreme Court vote in favor of stopping any vote that was cast after November 3rd? It's going to get real tricky. I know the whole Pennsylvania, the lower courts have said, like, they've blocked the GOP multiple times. It's going to get very, very crazy, I think. We'll just have to wait and see. I think by the end of the week, by Friday, I think we should have Arizona and Nevada called. We'll have to go from there. By Friday, we should start hearing rumblings of Pennsylvania, and then hopefully by the start of next week, I think we should hear maybe something on Wisconsin and Michigan. Who knows at this point? Right now, based on the New York Times, Nevada and Arizona are both 86% in. Wisconsin is 97% in. Both Michigan and Georgia are 92% in. North Carolina is 95% in. Pennsylvania is only 79% in. There's a long way to go. I think you'll see maybe it depends. You could see Arizona and Nevada called first. You could see Wisconsin called first. You may even see Georgia and North Carolina called relatively at the same time first as well. It's just a matter of how fast we can get these ballots counted. So that's for the presidency. Before I leave you, I do want to talk about the ballot measures. There was a lot of good ballot measures that were passed. Oregon, I think, decriminalized all drugs, which is great. Lots of recreational use marijuana and medical marijuana all across America. Minimum wages got increased in some states. There was a couple other little ones, which is great. I'm sandwiching the bad news, the presidency, how we can move on from here. What if there's any chance of Biden winning? If there's any chance of Trump winning, what are their ways to win? Trump can have Pennsylvania. If Trump does get Pennsylvania, Biden needs to win basically any other state. You could almost give Trump Arizona, and I think one of the two, Michigan or Wisconsin, and Biden everything else, and Biden will win, I think. But I'm sandwiching that with the good news of, hey, there's a lot of lower ballot measures in state constitutions that are getting changed, and we're seeing some change there. It's only a matter of time before we get recreational marijuana at a federal level. But then the other bad news, let's go ahead and bring this in, sandwich the bad, the good in between two bad. It's not horrible news, but the Senate races. It got close in Montana. That was one I was keeping my eye on. It got very close in Montana, but then, of course, I don't know how to say his last name, Dines, Steve Daines. I'm going to say Daines. 92% reporting. Steve Daines has like a 9-point lead. However, Democrats did get Martha McSally out on Arizona. It's like a 6-point lead, 5-point lead right now. 83% reporting. These don't tell me who the incumbents are. What was the other big one? North Carolina. North Carolina's rough. It's only basically like a 1.5-point lead right now, and that could change. Doug Smith lost in Alabama. What else? Michigan's another one that could come close. I mean, it's only a 20,000 vote difference. It's literally like a 0.4 percentage point difference in Michigan. I mean, there's still ballots to be counted there. And then Hickenlooper in Colorado. So I think the Democrats have 45, Republicans have 47. The best case scenario. See, the problem is that I'm just so not interested in Biden at all. I just so don't care. That the best case scenario is just like mediocre, and it's still right wing. So it's just like it's so crazy. I think the worst case scenario is Republicans keep control of the Senate and win the presidency with a supermajority on the Supreme Court. That's a recipe for lifetime appointments on the judge on the federal courts and lower courts. The judges being appointed. Basically, they could stop counting votes if they wanted to at that point. I think the best case scenario for Republicans would be obviously that. But if that doesn't happen, and it's looking like Biden may pull out some of these states, and if that's the case, the best case scenario would be for Republicans to maintain control of the Senate, have Biden win the presidency, have Democrats have the House, and have Republicans maintain control on the Supreme Court. If Trump isn't going to win for a second term, that's what Republicans obviously want. Now, for the Democrats, it would be incredibly useless to have Biden on the presidency, but Republicans still maintain the Senate. There would absolutely be nothing done for another 4 years. And it would frankly just break the way American governance works. And I don't necessarily know if that's what anybody wants. That could very well. I mean, Democrats are weak and pathetic. And so if Republicans did just say, hey, listen, we're just not going to do anything for 4 years, and we're just going to wait till the presidency is up again. Our only goal right now is just to win back the House. We're not even going to talk to the president. We're not going to cooperate. Not going to do anything. If a Supreme Court justice vacancy, God forbid, pops up at any time during his presidency, we're not going to fill it. That's a possibility. It would be an utter standstill for America, right? And Democrats just aren't strong enough to convey in 2022 that kind of obstructionist message, at least in my opinion. I think it would be very hard for them to do that. Obviously, for the Democrats, the best case scenario is, which I don't think Democrats are going to win the Senate, but if for some reason Michigan and North Carolina turn around, it would be like 49-47, and I don't know where the other I think Maine's about to go. Yeah, Maine, it's like almost an 8-point lead for Susan Collins. So it'll be like 49-48, and I don't know where the last maybe the Georgia special election, which will happen in January, I believe. I think that's where the last Senate seat is. But obviously the best case scenario for the Democrats would be if Biden wins and the presidency and the Democrats win the Senate, it would be absolutely like they would scream mandate, not mandate, but a blue wave. And we'll just see. My theory, if you're going to take anything away from this like 30-minute video, is something's going to the Supreme Court, and it's not in good hands because it's a super majority on the Supreme Court right now. Who knows what would happen? Who knows? So we'll just have to wait and see at this point. Just everybody keep waiting for election results. Good job, everybody voting on the state amendments. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out of that. There's still a lot of work to do. Biden isn't the best we can offer. America still has systemic, fundamental problems that we need to fix, that we need to address. We need to acknowledge, address, and fix. And we'll just see what happens. Everybody be ready to hop on Twitter. Be ready to. Who knows? All right. Anyways, great. Good job. Have a great day.